let's talk about what we did today. This is your agenda. We are going to go through a little bit of detail, just reminding ourselves about what Mendel came up with, and we're going to practice answering some genetics questions with a very specific format. And then we're going to look at some stuff that Mendel didn't know. What you see on the right-hand side is a whole bunch of red blood cells, but some of those red blood cells are sickling up and they're kind of forming a bit of a clot in a small area of damage in this blood vessel. This sickling is a genetic disorder called sickle cell disease, and we'll talk about it in the next couple of days. But for right now, we're going to stick with normal red blood cells. So we started with our practice with worksheet, and it says how to answer genetic questions. We went through some of what this worksheet was showing, went through the traits that Gregor Mendel used when he was studying his pea plants, and then did some practice work. Gave out a handful of answers in class, and I'm going to give out a few more here, but I'm not going to give out all of the answers. You could write the longhand answers or the shorthand, as previously illustrated in the first worksheet. Then we went on to blood type, and we did a great blood type lab and captured our data here. However, you won't be able to do this lab virtually. You'll have to do this in person. And when we were done with that lab, we went ahead and jotted down a couple of really important details that we got out of that lab exercise. There are 4 types of blood. You can see them here: type A, type B, type O, and type AB. However, everybody gets 2 alleles for their blood type. So you could have gotten an A from one parent and an A from another, or you could have gotten an A from one parent and from the other parent. This is recessive, this is dominant. So if you get one piece of genetic information saying make an A, and the next piece of genetic information saying nothing, then you're going to make A blood vessels, or blood cells, excuse me. For type B blood, you have homozygous for B or heterozygous for B. Again, one of each of your parents could have given you one B, and then you would be homozygous for this B blood. Or one of your parents could have given you the B, and the other parent could have given you the no information. We call that an O. So one parent gave you a B allele, the other parent gave you an O. That means that you've got B blood. This is going to be recessive to this dominant B. The only way that you can have type O blood is when both parents don't tell you any information for those cell surface markers. Again, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, you'll see it when we do the lab. And then the last one is type AB blood, and that's when one parent gave you an A and one parent gave you a B, and that means both of those alleles are actually expressed. So you'll have little red blood cells that have A markers and B markers on it. We call that codominant. So the first answer for question number 1 is right here, and I'd like you to give that a try. Please make certain over here on the answers. For G, that's just a list of genotypes of your offspring, and for P, that is your phenotypes. Your phenotypes are what you would say you have. You would never say, I have BO blood. You would say, I have B blood. So you could say type AB blood and type B blood. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.